Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They're going to go. It's Darnold. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, here's Barrett. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. This from 44 yards away. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 34. Darnold, that's complete. It's Bell. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
Mike 46.
Now they are going for it. Darnold got a man. It's Ross, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
It's caught by Mike Evans. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's got Evans. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and set up for field goals.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Barrett. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Darnold. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Darnold. Over the middle to Evans. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
A reminder, later tonight, Sunday Night Football will see a game in the NFL 100 series, a rematch of the very first AFL-NFL championship game, later, of course, known as Super Bowl I. It pits the Packers against the Chiefs from Arrowhead, and that should be a fun one. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Good job.
J.T. Barrett with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Jets take over. We play to win. Let's go. 18-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Darnold completes it.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Being chased out left. Darnold, he lost the football. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
No, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is up to 18 now. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Darnold. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean,
he's got it at the 15. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. It's a big play there for the Jets on 3rd down. 47 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. But it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Darnold got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Extra point good by Catanzaro, and it makes the score 21-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go. Do it.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Bill. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Ross on the return. A great return there of 22 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Bravo.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A first down throw, Darnold. Caught here by Bell. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Darnold now to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken short. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. First down, Barrett to throw. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw Barrett. Screen play, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up even more big plays.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. David. Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Jaguars add on to their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Darnold from the gun. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're going to go. It's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Barrett looks to throw on first. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Quinnen Williams brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Coverage was great everywhere that time. He tried to get it to his outlet, tried to get it to his running back, but sailed it a little bit too high and actually left his body open for a big hit.
Now it's Darnold. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Barrett under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Henry Anderson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
On third, here's an option play right. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Darnold on first down. And a catch right side by Evans. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They go play action here on first down. Anderson loses the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that will get them one closer. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, man.
On 1st and 10, here's Barrett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to throw, Darnold. Out right here to Herndon. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Chris Herndon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Jets 27.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Spinning away. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Come on, set. Before we. Mike 54. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by Terrell Suggs.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
I got one. Let's go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Barrett. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trumaine Johnson. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
I'm going back to you.
They'll run on 1st down. Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen.
Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Barrett. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. They've got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play that time for Jacksonville. 49 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
You think you gonna get this? Check 4.
A toss play to Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. On 2nd and 12, Barrett. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Chubb on the counter. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Now here's Ross. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
40 on sack. 46. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Man, Eddie. Hey, touch.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Hey, team six.
From the end zone, here's Darnold. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack, now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Now it's Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Darnold now to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl.